All right, cool. And I just got a notification on here basically saying to let you know that you are being recorded for legal
Yeah,
reasons.
it's okay.
So yeah, I guess for all the viewers and participants that don't know, tell me a little bit about your name, your background, and how you got started with Free Code Camp.
So, 2 years, almost 2 years back, I was a fresh computer science graduate. I have a degree in computer science, and I was just hovering around internet looking for uh, getting good actually in front end because I actually started working as a backend developer in Node using Node.js. But my weak points were there were more front end jobs at that time, and it was a period of struggle for me. So somebody recommended me online on Twitter freeCodeCamp, and I used freeCodeCamp for 3 months. I learned a lot about responsive design, a bit about React, Angular, and then I met Alexander Calloway. He's the guy who started 100 Days of Code campaign, and I just at that time I just thought that we should promote this, and I just got this Twitter bot idea. I was just learning about how to create a Twitter bot in Node.js, and I pitched him. He liked it, and we thought that let's make it open source, and we'll have more contributions. So that's how I got into Free Code Camp. I submitted my Twitter bot to them, and Quincy Larson, the founder, he accepted it, and then more people contributed it. So yeah,
Yeah, Spence's was one of the large contributors on that too, right?
yeah. He actually integrated the Sentimental API. If you remember, if you have, or if some viewer has used it, you get those tweets like on day one, or thank you or congratulations on day 100, and that
Yeah.
if you are getting like a bit demotivated, it'll send you a motivating tweet. He was the guy behind that.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, what sort of features were you primarily working on? Like, uh, what did you come up with, and what did you really focus on in terms of code? And well, I guess we'll start there. I don't want to throw too many things at you at once.
So the basic features were added like retweeting the tweet uh, because there's a limit in the Twitter API that you cannot retweet around more than 1,000 or 1,500 tweets in a particular time frame, like 24 hours. So
Gotcha.
I had to limit that. So I was picking tweets randomly and then uh, liking the tweets and moderating it that many people like many companies or web agencies use that for like spamming the Twitter or the campaign. So I started moderating it manually, but then we added Scott and I worked on that. We added a blacklist feature using label database inside it because the app is deployed on Heroku. So I think you can do that over the database.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, I guess that kind of answers my next question, which is going to be, what were some of the challenges you guys ran into? Um, I suppose aside from the ones that you covered, was there anything else that really comes to mind?
That's the bot. I That's nothing else there. It's still there, still on pre-code camp. It's still open source code. Many people have contacted me when they run into a problem or an error that they have copy pasted the code, and it's just like, yeah, just have to change the API API keys.
Awesome. Cool. So yeah, I guess aside from the Discord bot, what have you been working on recently? Like anything that you're super passionate about?
Recently, I just getting trying to get into this indie maker thing, getting trying to scrap some ideas from my mind and trying to implement it. So I had this thing like using some Chrome extension. I'm trying to learn Electron for creating Mac OS applications and Windows
Awesome, man.
applications as well. So I'm trying to do that. I have some ideas like I don't know how, I haven't validated them yet, but I like that how 24-hour startup people who were like had no experience a month back uh, did so well. They pushed it and they are like monetizing it. So uh, it motivates. It is inspiring.
Yeah, are you thinking of perhaps participating in the New Year's hackathon that we're doing? Um,
Yeah.
awesome. So yeah, would you prefer to be like a streamer on that, or maybe part of a team, or perhaps a judge?
I haven't decided it yet. I have never streamed. I am like a beginner in that area. Often think that I should stream, uh, but I never reached that point. I'd love to help in any way, like uh, getting into streaming also, and of course promoting it. And uh, exactly, not I don't have any idea that how are you going to judge the participants or their products. So we'll be getting in touch with you that for that.
Yeah, so I suppose to elaborate on it a little bit, because I'm still working on the website, and I guess it's kind of a large unknown for you guys, so I do apologize for that. Um, largely, the focus that I want to work on is just creating a platform for future hackathons. Is the primary theme for it, but people don't have to, actually participate in that. The overall larger arching theme is uh, creating tools and platforms and resources for people in the maker community at large. Um, so hackathons are traditionally theme focused, and that's kind of how I wanted to keep it, at least to kick us off. Once we start, getting out there and getting a little bit more um, people on board and get more sponsors on board that are there on a consistent basis, then I would like to kind of approach, or excuse me, try to approach it from more of a 24-hour startup sort of model. I'm thinking like what I did with 100 Days of Code, where I did 301 days of code. I think I'm probably going to do a similar derivative and just call it like 55 hours of 55-hour startup or something like that. Because I'm a firm believer that people actually need sleep, you know.
Yeah, I think you can
um,
go for the 48-hour startup. It'll be like an extension and good catchy thing. So what themes are you looking? Because I didn't get a complete idea at what themes were you looking for this event?
yeah, so I was kind of playing with the idea of, having like a team structure of 3 people, but some people also expressed interest of just wanting to work on their own project and just, stream by themselves and that sort of thing. So I decided to change the framework a little bit to where we can have teams with a max of 3 people. And typically, I would recommend in that team composition a project manager and then maybe 2 developers, because the overall way I want to set it up is that we also have, instead of having a designer on each team, which you don't really need,
Yeah.
in my opinion, have a pool of designers that people can choose from, also have a pool of streamers people can choose from. And those 2 pools will help, individual streamers and team streamers as well. And the project manager can just go back and forth to both of those pools and say, hey, I need a graphic for this, and the designer says, okay, here you go. Or hey, I want promotion for this feature, or this project. And one of the independent streamers says, oh, okay, cool, I can do that. And then we can have those independent streamers kind of dip in and out and check in with people on a consistent basis. um,
I think
Sorry.
it will work. It will work. Sorry, please continue.
No, you're fine. Sorry, I threw a lot at you. I just.
No, it's I'm getting what you're saying. It will work because in 24-hour startup, I didn't participate, though I've been part of it like for 2 weeks. There's a Telegram group which anyone can join. It's open. So I've been following all the makers, and there was this guy. I think he lives in Australia or something. but he's originally from Netherlands. He created a web app called Jim Pal. Uh, so he was like going solo, and so we were managing. Pat was managing, the guy who organized this event. Pat Walls was managing a Google Sheet in which the non-participants who wants to help, like who know their stuff, like I like for me it's like Node.js and setting up for if someone wants to use React and Gatsby. So that guy was like working through CSS and he was having some problems. So I was watching his stream and I just pointed out that there were some errors. That's why it's your CSS file is not running, and that kind of thing will work if we have like a pool of, like you were saying, a pool of designers and pool of uh, developers who just don't want to participate but still want to help.
Okay, awesome. I'm glad that you like that approach. I was a little concerned that some people might be kind of put off by having kind of like two solo categories and then, like team and individual categories.
There's another event I participated last year, though could not complete it. It's called Node Knockout. You might know it. They it happens in November. I think it happened this year also. So they have this thing like you can have from one participant per team to four participants, and people just get awesome stuff there, and they have good sponsorships also. So I don't think people will be put off uh, either like having independent streamers or going, because I think there will be a problem. Uh, Not exactly a problem, but it will be hard for a team to stream together
Hmm.
and working on a same thing. So it's like I've never seen that, so I don't know how it goes.
Yeah, that was one of my concerns as well, like how they're going to coordinate that. Um, yeah, I guess my biggest thought on that is maybe if there's like a team of three, um,
They have to be
have
sitting together, I guess.
yeah, I suppose either sitting together or like have the project manager also act as a streamer, um, so that he's basically reporting on like all the GitHub repository pushes that they're doing, reporting on like platform updates, and randomly asking them kind of questions that he can share with the stream that he's promoting. Would be my thought.
I guess it can work. Like we can have a week before or 2 weeks before, we can pick if is a team participating, we can like have them stream a pre-stream for like 15 minutes and see how it goes.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Actually testing it out instead.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking like, oh crap, let's just throw it out there and see how it happens. So I like that. Um, okay, yeah. So hopefully that fills in some of the gaps a little bit on how I wanted to do it. Um, yeah, I guess, do you have any additional questions about the structure or the prizes or anything like that?
Yeah, I was going through our Discord bot like an hour back, and I think having a open Trello board or open even Google Sheets or Google Docs would be great for people to coordinate. It will be faster to edit and get all things in one place and then see which works and which doesn't. So that's my suggestion. It works. It will work, I guess, because I don't think in Discord you can just pin everything, and it will be a bit. Uh, it's my concern. It will be a bit difficult to go back to those pins and seeing what we talked and what we brainstormed or what idea was working and what was not.
Yeah, it's a lot of scrolling. All right, cool. Good call. Well, tell you what, give me a second. I'm just gonna make a couple of notes here because those are really good points.
Sure.
Um, okay, so Trello board and uh, mock run for teams. Awesome. Well,
So
Yeah, I guess. Oh,
So
sorry. Go
my
ahead.
I had a question which like we were talking on Twitch on Saturday about that content marketing. So how are you planning to like you should use I guess every platform you're quite you have a quite pretty good amount of followers on Twitter and Discord is like good. There are like people using it, uh, giving feedbacks. So I think you should try on Medium also. Uh, because the publications like freeCodeCamp and hackathon can gather a lot of uh, both in terms of viewerships or sponsors. Like Pat was interviewed a month ago on hackathon, and hackathon decided suddenly to sponsor a 24-hour startup. So
Oh, sorry.
that
I'm listening. I'm just taking
okay,
notes.
so that we can try that. That can be a good way to promote the event before.
Yeah, I love that. Awesome, man. I really appreciate the feedback because I was getting a little stressed out that enough people in Discord weren't really like providing ideas and feedback on that. So it's nice to finally be able to have some FaceTime with someone who is like, hey, it's cool that you're doing it this way, but maybe, like here's a few more things you can do to improve it. So
Yeah, it's like we are pivoting each other the ideas and see how it goes.
yeah, I'm so bad at like living under a rock and kind of trying to get like that superhero syndrome of doing everything
Me
myself.
too,
So
me too. I work remote and sometimes my teammates gets fed up that you have to come to FaceTime or come to Skype and let's sort it out or what the problem we are having because we cannot all day use Slack or chat. It helps to communicate with seeing each other and yeah.
awesome, man. Yeah, I guess in terms of do you have any advice that you might recommend to junior or newbie developers, especially, as we were just talking about kind of communication and just team dynamics?
Sure. The one thing I can say from my personal experience that and I've seen other junior developers suffering is like going through tutorials after tutorials and not building anything. It's like I just focus on one thing and one tutorial series or something and build and just put it out there. Let there's not no one going to judge you, but you never know what happens because when I created this Twitter bot, I was like done, and then I contacted Alexander and I was a bit nervous that is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Because bots already have bad reputation on Twitter. Will it work? Will it not? And it worked. And so that's the approach I almost take for every site or open source project I work or I have worked in past. So just put the stuff out there, even if it's a clone or even if it's something you're not proud of. But then only you're going to get uh, the appreciation or the improvement you're looking for or the lesson you want to learn out of that, I guess.
Yeah, that's fantastic feedback. It's interesting too. Like after you did that, I mean, that was really one of the first bots that I saw for 100 Days of Code at all. And then I noticed there were
Clones,
prob
yeah.
yeah, exactly, probably like six other people that,
Yeah.
saw not only your bot, but also saw the articles that you were posting on Medium about that. So I think that's really cool. And subsequently they also helped 301 Days of Code quite a bit because there were some people that were jumping on board and interested in 301 Days of Code, like Nikki LR, for example. And she created a bot, and I'm just like super thankful that we were able to finally join those communities. Both 100 and 301 Days of Code, and I feel like we're in a really good spot now. So I'm excited about that.
It's great. It's great. Like internet has no boundaries, and you can have your dream come true, or you can work what you want to work on. So I just like that's what I like about communities. Uh,
Yeah, I love it, man. Just the freedom. Like,
yeah,
I think
exactly. That's the
yeah.
correct word, the freedom.
speaking of freedom, I know this is kind of off topic, but Eleftheria's or Eleftheria, however you pronounce her name. El, shoot. I'll link you her Twitter account. I think you've probably seen her online. But anyway, her name is Greek and it means freedom in Greek. I thought
Oh
that was
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
cool.
I remember she gave some talk also, and she has done some videos too on freeCodeCamp.
Yeah, her 100 day of code experience, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, really inspiring stuff. Have you had a chance to check out her vlog at all?
Yeah, I have. I have seen her videos.
Oh, awesome. Well, cool, man. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about?
That's it for now, I guess. But I think we can schedule some other time also if you like to discuss anything. I'm open to it, or in whatever way you want to do.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it. Cool. Well, I guess for anyone else that's watching this video, are there any social media links or any projects that you're working on that you'd love to plug?
Sure. So it's I'm pretty much online all the time on Twitter. So it's a man himself on Twitter, and my blog, which I write on Medium, it's a man himself on Medium too. So that's the two links. You can contact me anytime, and I'll be there.
Awesome. I'll make sure to put the links in the description too, so everyone else can just reach out and tag up. Because you're an awesome dude. I've really enjoyed chatting with
I
you on.
I enjoy your blogging. I have subscribed it. I just whenever I get notification, mostly you post around in Indian time it's around 9 o'clock, and I'm just back from the gym, and let's watch Benjamin's blog. It's awesome, and you are an inspiring soul.
Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. I try. I feel like sometimes I ramble too much in those vlogs. Just kind of about myself, but I guess that's kind of the purpose, right?
Yeah,
Well, cool, dude. Yeah, it was a pleasure chatting with you and finally getting to meet you face to face. So yeah, I guess I'll see you on Discord.
yeah, sure. Have a nice day.
Yeah, you
And
too.
by the way, congratulations on Code Academy.
Yeah, thanks, man. Super stoked.
I'm looking forward to your videos.
Oh yeah, the first one I did was for the excursion project. So I don't know. I'm still waiting to hear back from Code Academy on whether or not they'll sponsor the event. Should be December 1st, I think I'll hear back. But hopefully I can give out a bunch of pro memberships, and I'll try to get you one too, so you can check out, not only their content but some of my work as well.
Sure, sure. I'm sure.
Right on, man.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Have a good day.